Hi guys! We just wanted to take a few minutes to introduce everyone to our newest crew. This is some of our petite minis. This is Nuggy and Ruse, or we call them Nuggy's Royal Court, because their official due date was on King's Day, even though they arrived a few days early. They arrived on January 3rd, but we still kept with that theme and, of course, incorporated it with Mardi Gras and all those good things. And as you'll hear their names in a second, they were all named after some famous kings and queens of the past. Also, we have our families that are getting ready to do their puppy pics, so we wanted to get a video of all of them so they could all see them up close and personal. Pictures I don't think can do them justice. You really got to see them in action. Of course, thanks to this new respiratory illness that is, spreading across the nation, we are not going outside, so we just have to, do the best we can. And we just made one of our pens a little bigger inside in their puppy nursery. That way, we could take their video. What we did was we just put some new toys in here that they've never been exposed to. So all of this is new. So that way we can hopefully get some reactions out of them and see how they'll react to everything in here. That's what we typically do when we take videos. That way we can try and get them at their best, So, needless to say, this is quite a bunch. They are some cutie patooties. All similar colors, except we have one full tuxedo, which is our little girl. We had two little girls in this group. Right there, chewing the bed, is Miss Lizzie. She is also our runt of the litter. She is a full tuxedo, as you can see. She's got the 4 white tip paws, white tip tail, white blaze chest, etc. And then we have one more female. And what I did, because they're all similar colors, and just so our families could know who's who, I put some little flowers on some of them, even though they're getting turned. But right here is our other little girl. This is Ellie, with a little pink flower on her neck, if you can see that. That is our Ellie. Miss Ellie. Trying not to get my shadow. Hi, Miss Ellie. She is a doll. She is one of our very human focuses, loves attention. You can kind of see, guys, and I'll talk about this as we get to puppy pics, but I want you guys to kind of notice which ones are, I'm standing right outside this pen, which ones are coming up to me looking for attention, okay? Just kind of keep that in the back of your head, and we'll talk about that a little later if any of these puppies end up becoming yours. But you can see these guys are kind of a little more demanding of attention. And things like that. This is our little guy Archie right here. He does not have a collar on because he also is a little different than the rest. He is not a tuxedo, but he is one of our liver points, meaning he has the liver nose and the hazel eyes. But he has some little tuxedo markings, we'll call him. He has like 4 white tip paws. Hello, man. He's got the white tip tail, a little white in his crown. He has one of our strongest coats. I got to tell you, this whole group has impressed me. They, not just strong coats, but their furnishings. They all have super strong furnishings. And we can just see that, when we look at furnishings in their face, right? Because that's where their long beard, mustache, eyelashes come from. But it also plays a huge role in their coats. That thickness of the coat. How teddy bear-like they look almost, if you will. And why must they all bring toys on their clean mats? Guys, we don't bring toys on the mats, but they always do. I'm constantly taking them off. So anyway, and who right here is trying to tell me hi and who wants some attention. Oh, now just walked away because I tried to put my camera on him. That's our little guy, Ferdy. Hi, Mr. Ferdy. Mr. Ferdy is going to have a curly coat. I should have kind of mentioned that. We have curly coats and wavy coats in this bunch. He is one of our curly coat guys. And him and a couple of others have done something kind of unique. We know we have a gene. It came from our first set of mini parents that are now retired. Our mom, Lucy, and Stud Gizmo, for those of you who remember, we kind of knew it early on. It's not a gene that's testable. Most doodles lighten as they get older, but when one parent or, possesses this gene, so to speak, some doodles darken as they get older. And we have noticed that with several puppies in this group. Goodness gracious, particularly the most would be our little Louie here. Louie is our little blue guy right here. He has the blue flower on his neck. He is playing with the bed right now. Louie. He has darkened quite a bit since birth. He was very light apricot. He is going to be now more the lines of a light red, almost like probably like a rusty color when he gets older. Ferdy was another who did the same. He has continued to get and darken, and so has Mr. Henry right here. That is Henry. Henry has the little black, if you can see it, these little flowers keep turning, guys. I'm sorry. He's our biggest boy in the group, or our biggest one in the group. Mr. Henry. Wait, come see Mr. Henry. Well, I'll try to push him back in a second so we can see. But he's another one who has darkened. There he is. Say hi, man. And these guys may continue to darken as they get older. They usually keep, you'll notice most of these, their bodies are a lighter version. They keep the darker points, the darker ears, so to speak, which I love, huh? He is such a handsome guy, that little guy. Huh, yes, and say I'm a big old lover. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And you can see Miss Lizzie here demanding some attention. Hi, Miss Lizzie. She is so cute and so precious because she's so tiny. She has been tiny since day one and continues to be our tiniest, huh? You don't always have a runt in every litter, You always have some that are obviously going to be, larger and smaller. But no, she was definitely a runt, by quite a bit. But she holds her own. She's feisty. And no problem, huh? Say no problem hanging with the big boys, Mom. Say no problem at all, huh? Yes. Say I am the most vocal, though, huh? I am very vocal, actually. And say I can be our little troublemaker. So, I actually took a little short video last night to kind of show whoever ends up with Miss Lizzie what happens. Eventually puppies are just like children. They play, and all of a sudden they start dropping like flies. Guys, come here, babies. Get off our mats. And anyway, sure enough, every night, like last night, everybody was finally settling down, going night-night. And except for one, and that was Miss Lizzie. She was still crying, wanting to play, wanting to come out. And then she'll eventually goes and snuggles with her, her litter mates. But of course, she, tries to wake them up still and see if they, have any more energy to play. And then she'll settle down. So it's funny. You always have one or two like that in the group. And some of these guys are tired. They've had a long day already. We've all pretty much had baths today. 2 had baths yesterday. Others had baths today while Daddy was fixing our hot water heater, which was our delay. That's our little guy, Louie. Louie is also one of our smaller ones, just so you know. He is right under Miss Lizzie. He is a cutie patootie. He has the wavy coat, as you can see. And do you notice he's going to probably almost end up like a rust color, I have a feeling, when he's older. You can see how dark his ears are. He's got those dark, dark, dark ears. And he's a little guy. So him and Lizzie will definitely stay under that 20-pound mark, probably around 15 or so pounds full grown. Could be a few pounds less. Even, you just can't tell for sure. But, oh, guys, no, don't poop out on me now. Don't poop out on me now. Mr. Henry. Henry, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? You're normally one of my more active ones, yes. He's one of our more dominant puppies. Very confident puppy, though. But he's not one of our higher energy levels. That's what, it's funny. Things don't always, fall in line sometimes like you think they will. So it's just funny. Our more active puppies would be Ferdy, Lizzie, Miss Ellie. And yet they're also, they settle down nicely when they're supposed to. So it's kind of, you get the best of both worlds, I suppose. And why do they always insist when you put a new tray? Obviously, we go through a lot of trays in a given day. And when you put a fresh one in there, which I had just did before we took this video, they all insist on playing with it. And as they get older, then they try to chew the grass, which, we try to discourage. But here, I'm going to try to get in there for a second and move them from that. Come see, guys. Come see. Come see. Give me 1 second, guys. I don't mean to make y'all all dizzy. Here, come see. Come see. Come see. You got to come see your mommies and daddies. Oops, I'm sorry, we don't want to see grass. Huh? Here. Come see. Come see. Come see. Come see. Come see. Oh, you like that, huh? Oh. Are you trying to take the phone from me? Huh? You trying to take the phone from me? Oh, you don't like that? I'm sorry. You don't like that rose, huh? You don't like the rose, huh? I wish y'all were playing just a little bit more, huh? You just never go. You try to time it right, but you can never get it perfect. Mr. Louie over here has just crashed out. He likes the bed, huh? Mr. Louie. Louie. And Mr. Ferdy, too, is just over there relaxing, huh? Ferdy. Ferdy. What you doing? I'm trying to wake these up for us. Huh. You gotta come visit. You gotta come visit. Cause see, y'all gotta come visit a little bit. You gotta come visit so everybody can see you, huh? Say, hey, Louie, are you sleepy? I think Louie was, one of my last ones to have a bath today, so that's probably why he's still sleepy. And look, right back to the grass. Gee, thanks, guys. Thanks for listening so well. Make a liar out of me. That's I think I already talked about Mr. Archie there in the corner. And let's see, who did I not talk a whole about? And okay, and that's Ellie. Let's see, I think y'all guys can see or know all the coat types. So Lizzie's going to have a curly coat. Ferdy is going to have a curly coat. And so is Archie. I know he doesn't kind of appear, he's not as curly maybe as, for example, as Ferdy, but he is going to have a curlier coat. And the others will all have the wavy coats. I know some have a personal preference. That's why I like to mention that. Oh, now we got a game of tug of war going on here, huh? Yes. Oh, Henry. Between Henry and Lizzie, let's see who wins this one. And guys, so y'all can hear, for those of you who are maybe still buying toys for them or, getting ready to bring them home, y'all can hear all that crunchy sound. If you find those toys, they love them. Any toys that make sounds like that, they really enjoy the most. And I know when I send all that information home, I always talk about stuffed animals and the dangers of those. I'm not as concerned with stuffed type toys with the minis because even once they're adults, their jaws are not going to be as big or as strong, let's say, as one of our standard dogs or puppies will. However, of course, any toy can become torn, right? And so you just always want to keep an eye if you have any stuffed type toys or any part of a toy that's stuffed, that, if it becomes torn, you want to remove it, because I love our vet. He keeps a huge bag of stuffing in his office of things that they have removed from dogs. And, when the dog has an obstruction, of course, that can be fatal. And if it's not, it will cost you thousands to try and fix it. It's a very invasive surgery. So that's why I always try to warn our families of that. And, it's crazy because obviously the pet industry and pet stores, etc., sell thousands of stuffed type toys. And someone like myself, we always question, like, why? They know the dangers, and I can't tell you how many dogs, destroy toys. Not all of them, but some do. I don't care how tough of a toy you make it. Colin can make the toughest of toys possible. There are going to be those dogs that are still going to, tear it open one way or another. So, anyway, just some food for thought, little things to keep in mind. I'm sorry that some of them are not playing as much as I would like them to. So, of course, I can always try to catch them at a better moment. But I want everybody to just everybody to be able to see them really up close anyway, besides just a picture. And Mr. Ferdy, you also sleeping, dude? Huh? Mr. Ferdy, let's see. We got to get a good look at you, buddy. Let's see. Let me try to get Mr. Ferdy out just for a second so I can get a good look at him. Huh? Because I was another handsome guy, huh? He is. Oh, but he doesn't want to play right now. He's sleepy, too. Okay, well, hey. Go see, man. Wait. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to, when I'm trying to grab one and I don't want to. Here, go see. Go see, my man. Go see. Oh, hi. Hi, Henry. Hi, Archie. You trying to tell me hi, too? Huh? You trying to tell me hi, too? Of course, that's why I try not to get in there, because you can see what happens, right? They all want attention, huh? Yes. Huh? What you doing, Mr. Ferdy? What you doing, man? Huh? Mr. Ferdy is our guardian, is Nuggie's, our guardian's favorite, Nuggie's mom's favorite. It's funny, everyone has a preference. Some love the curly coats, some love the wavy coats. To me, they're all adorable. It's just a matter of personal preference. And I always say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, huh? That's for sure. What you doing? Henry. He's a funny guy, huh? He is a funny guy. Oh, we have enjoyed this bunch so much. You know, it's funny, we don't have even our, okay, so you always have some quieter pups in the bunch, right? And honestly, so our most submissive or most laid back slash quietest pups in this group would be Louie. He typically, not just because he's sleeping right now, but typically speaking, and usually Archie, who's actually playing right now, right? And that's like, you know, not to say they're always like that, but they're, you know, just overall, like I'm saying, they're not, no one's been excessively quiet. They've just been a really fun bunch all together. So, I have a feeling our families are going to be thrilled no matter who they end up with. Some really cute little, you know, temperaments and personalities. And, you know, when we get to talking about that, I always say, remember, there is no perfect puppy. There is no such thing. There's always something, you know, that, you know, you want to focus a little more on when it comes to training. And, you know, no matter the pup, obviously, training and socialization is so important in those first few weeks. I will send information home about this. We will talk about this at pickup. And, you know, it's something I can't stress enough. And our trainers, it's funny, when someone seeks out a trainer because they're having an issue, right? Usually a behavioral issue of some sort or just wanting training. It's usually because it's a human's fault. I hate to say it, but 9 chances out of 10. And I can't tell you how many times it's because